Facebook.
We're going live, teeing up Reno, Tahoe on Get Virtual. Talking all about heading into this spring full swing. Look at you, you're ready.
I am ready. I've got my golf clubs. I've got, my golf hat. I've got my golf ball marker right here. I've got my golf shirt. The only thing I'm missing, game. I have none.
Yeah. But that's okay, because today's show is going to finish with a chipping lesson in your backyard to get ready, as most of the Nevada golf courses around the region are opening up. So that's what today's show is all about.
Awesome. We love hearing that. We're slowly transitioning back into things opening up. Obviously maintain that social distancing or physical distancing, or what do you want to call it, so that we can all stay safe. None of things shut down. I do have a couple shout outs though before we get to our first guest. Can I go ahead and do that?
Of course. Yes.
Okay, so first of all, we had our Mother's Day special yesterday, and afterwards, one of our guests, one of our partners, Wild River Grill, they've actually been on the show before. They sent us a great thing. They have something going on with Mother's Day. I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll move you out of the way. Look at this, for first responder moms. They get a free mimosa from 10 to 2 on Sunday. Just show up and they'll give you one at Wild River Grill.
That's fantastic. I mean, I hope it's bottomless mimosas. I'll take that.
It doesn't say anything about you can't drive around the block as much as you want and pick up one, so I don't see a problem with there. And then I've got to give one more shout out. It's kind of funny. Today on our golf show, right beforehand, my brother, his name is Heath, but my dad's name was Bob. So this is Bob's Auto 2. He became a golf cart service official service Napa service center for golf carts up in Hamilton, Indiana. We're from Hicksville, Ohio, but Hamilton's Crossway. So big shout out to my brother Heath. So there you go.
Congratulations, Heath. There's a whole lot of things going on there with Hicksville, Ohio, Bob's Auto Body Shop, and Heath's Napa Service golf carting.
Man, that's my roots right there. So now you know where I come from. All right. So why don't we get on to our first guest? Really great. This is kind of a big deal in town. Corrina Osborne from Edgewood Resorts should be joining us here in a second. Here she is.
Look at Corrina's already out on the golf course.
I am so ready.
She's up like in a tower there, just over that pond, looking over stuff.
Doesn't it look beautiful out today? Isn't it amazing?
It does. Now, Corrina, you're getting ready to open up, well, you have opened up the golf section of the Edgewood Resorts. And we were talking earlier, it's kind of an interesting aspect, because you got a lot of moving parts to get that entire thing going again down there at Edgewood, which is really neat, how you're talking about getting the staff up and things like that. And I also want to give a shout out. I believe you opened Edgewood and now you're having to reopen it. Is this just what you love doing?
I think I was born to open properties. I have a feeling. I don't know. Believe it or not, I love every minute of it. It kind of gives you an opportunity to reset, right? So this is certainly a time where we're resetting and looking at things very differently. So yeah, I mean, we opened up the golf course on Monday, and it's been an interesting and tremendous experience in so many ways. And obviously, there's a lot of factors involved in reopening all of our businesses, and that's really the responsibility of making sure that we understand what the protocols are, what the guidelines are, what the CDC is saying, what our government officials are saying, and what the recommendations are. So there's so much to consider, and we put a lot of effort into getting this golf course reopened, and not just from a guest perspective, but also from a team member perspective, because there is a lot of training that needs to happen to get everybody ready and to get everyone ready in the new environment of how we're going to need to do business moving forward. So it's been certainly a task the last 6 weeks after being closed, but we're pretty confident that we have everything in place that we need to in order for our team members and our guests to have a safe and, again, an amazing experience when they come and experience Edgewood.
So say I want to go to Edgewood. Tell me what that experience is like for me. Do I call you? How do I book a tee time? And then maybe kind of give a flow throughout that.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is for golf and everything else that will eventually open up for the property. And for us, it's really important moving forward to really control the amount of people who are coming in at one given time. Because again, you know, we don't want hundreds of people to arrive at the property at the same time. So if you're coming for golf as a guest, please make a tee time ahead of time. If you're able to prepay and want to prepay, that certainly will help in terms of safety and sanitation guidelines, so you don't necessarily have to go into the pro shop to do that. And you can come to the property with a tee time. You're able to self-park. We don't have any valet mandates right now, so you're able to self-park and bring your bags. We don't, unfortunately, we will not have anybody handling your bags at the moment. So, but if you're able to, I know, Todd, you may need some help.
I needs to work out his shoulder.
Right?
Well, no, I make it up because I don't have to rake the bunkers, and I have to rake a lot of bunkers, so I'm good there.
Well, there will not be any rakes in the bunkers for you. Sorry. So we did have to do some modifications, but you know, overall, I think everybody is ready to experience the outdoors, to experience a bit of socializing, but at the same time maintaining distance. So, you know, it's been a wonderful week to see people smile. They're out in the sunshine and they're able to really enjoy what's been in their backyard, and it's been a great week for locals to come and enjoy the golf. It's lovely to see.
Now, you guys are normally constrained by weather. Do you think, and just out of curiosity, do you think you would have opened about the same time anyways? So has the timing worked out pretty good for you?
We usually open around that this week anyway, so it's been great. I think we were able to open actually a few days earlier than we normally would. Last year we opened a little later because the weather was so horrible. So, but this is right around the time we would normally open to the public. So, you know, and then moving forward, we're just getting the rest of our operations ready with all the protocols that are going to be in place for us to operate around. So, yeah, so now that golf is open, we're getting ready to open up the lodge in a few weeks and really putting all that protocol and training in place. I know. So right now we're geared for a May 15th opening. So we'll see.
Absolutely. This is exciting. You know, this is really exciting and energizing. My next question might be a little too soon, but I know a lot of people are curious about Tahoe Celebrity Golf, right? Modifications everywhere. Do you know anything or the conversation in regards to that?
There has been several conversations around celebrity golf, and I'm not able to speak around the mandates around what's going to happen at the moment, but there will definitely be modifications to the overall experience in having limitations on who's going to be allowed to attend the tournament. So I believe they're going to make final decisions at some point next week, they said, around May 15th as well. So we're very anxious to hear what that final decision is going to be so we can share it with everybody. And that's, you know, one of our bigger events of the year. So
yeah.
Now I've got two really important questions. One, do you have drink carts rolling around and food carts? And number two, you know, where can people find more information? You know, your website, social media, and that stuff.
Well, drinks have definitely been on the list of questions. So I'm glad that's on the top of yours as well. So yeah, absolutely. We have our drink carts are available on the course. We also have the snack shack open for drinks and prepared meals that people can take with them. Again, there's no in-dining of any kind, so it's all more of a to-go situation. So that is absolutely available for the golfers. And then what was the other question?
Contact information. What's your Facebook, your website, so people can find out information?
EdgewoodTahoe.com. Yeah. No, all of our information, including all of our protocol, is on the website, EdgewoodTahoe.com. And as we get more information on how we're going to even operate the lodge and everything else, you'll be able to find everything that you need to find in order to make yourself feel safer when you're here, and rest assured that we have everyone's experience in mind when they come here on the property. So So yes, edgewoodtahoe.com. There's continuous Facebook and Instagram posts with information on how we're approaching reopening our property.
Yeah, I've loved watching your Instagram account. You just have these moments of zen that you post every day, of just those quiet moments being on property. And I just picturing myself there, so I cannot wait. Thank you so much for.
Well, we cannot wait to have you both on the property. So come soon.
Now, before you go, I want to introduce you to a colleague. You guys were actually talking before this, going through some of the same sort of stuff you are. We got Manya Brooks from the Carson Valley Golf Course, and I mean, Manya, you've been open. You were open before, and you closed down. Now you're reopening. You don't have to worry about a whole resort, but you probably have quite a bit going on just getting the golf course ready.
Yeah. Well, well, hi everybody. Thanks for having me. We're having a beautiful sunny day down here in Carson Valley. The weather's just been gorgeous. I know the lake has been absolutely fabulous too, and that's, yeah, Mother Nature has certainly been looking out for us. Yeah, we were open and then we were closed for 3 weeks. So that was a very, of course, interesting time for us because we're open every day but Christmas. So it was a whole new experience for us not to kind of be on that hamster wheel every day and with the golf course open, but kind of interestingly, it gave us an opportunity to really maintain the golf course without golfers, which we were able to keep our crew on. And of course, they loved not having any people out there, any ropes, any tee markers, anything like that. They could just buzz around and do what they needed to do. So it was.
Corrina, have you had the same thing with your crew? They've been happy that no one was out there so they could get the grounds already?
They love it. They love it. They want us to stay out of their way, right? They got to. Yeah. They have their perfection that they need to meet. So.
Well, when you have golfers like Todd, I agree.
Who destroy the course.
I'm a hack. It's not. Well, with that, Corrina, I'm going
to get him some lessons, apparently.
I do. We'll have some later on. But Corrina, I'm going to say goodbye to you for now. And
thanks for having me.
And glad you guys are open.
All right. Thank you.
Take care.
So, Manya, can you tell us some of the nitty gritty of things you've had to do to adapt to this new protocols?
Well, I think the biggest thing is really, our clubhouse. We're really encouraging everybody to book online or else call ahead and prepay. We actually, I know this is like a shameless plug, but I have to tell you, we have a golf course app. We've actually had it for a number of years. No cost to download it at the App Store. And you can pay online and you can actually check yourself in as well. So that's something that's been very popular. Especially for some of our older customers who are just not comfortable coming inside and having to handle all of that. Other than that, that's kind of from the very beginning. One thing we've told people is, like, typically people show up, especially a lot of our regulars, they'll show up an hour before their tee time. So we've had to explain to them very nicely that, listen, we can't do that right now. So ideally just that 20 minutes before, because we really want to restrict the number of people that are at our location. And you guys know we're very visible from the road, so it's really important that we do everything right. So then when you come to the golf course, we do allow one person at a time to come into the course to check in. Our carts, just like everywhere, I know they're doing the exact same thing up at Edgewood and all of the other courses in the area. Every cart is being sanitized between play. No tees on the golf cart. That's kind of a new one. That's one thing that's been recommended. No pencils, and just so all these fewer touch points. And then out on the golf course, we do have flag sticks in there, and we have our the cups have been turned upside down, so it's easier to get your ball out. But we're just really encouraging the physical distancing, but still being able to be social.
Right. Now, that's fantastic that you're able to maintain all of those procedures, right, and keep it safe and secure.
Yeah.
What about the driving range? I'm just curious about how that works.
So the driving range is open, very popular. We actually have shade out there, which we actually need at the moment because the weather's been so nice. But we are disinfecting our balls. We are actually handing them out at the moment from the pro shop. So yet again, one less thing for people to have to do. We'll probably modify that as, you know, over the coming weeks and let people take tokens out into the machine. But yeah, anything that anybody could possibly touch has been cleaned and sanitized. Door handles, only letting one person into the bathroom at a time. You know, our staff have been fantastic, you know, cleaning up after everybody all the time. And, you know, that credit card machine, if anyone's touched it. So I think doing a lot of the things that other businesses are doing, and honestly, we are so happy to be able to be open that, you know, it's not a big deal doing this. And our customers, our regular golfers have been wonderful, really, really wonderful, and just they're very happy that we're open, and we're feeling very grateful at the moment that we can be open.
That's a good point. I remember you talking about that a little bit before the show when we were kind of debriefing how, you know, you consider yourself fortunate to be open, and you know that you have to lead the right example so that more businesses can get open, and we can keep on moving down the same path. So really
especially because of, you know, our location, you know, in a smaller town, and we're very, you know, we feel very fortunate to be open. There's a lot of businesses that are having to make even bigger changes than we are, and we're just, whatever we need to do, we're absolutely doing our best. And, you know, sometimes that kind of changes on a daily basis, you know, if we see something that maybe that we need to take care of. We've worked a lot with our staff. You know, obviously being closed for the 3 weeks was actually kind of helpful in a way, because it gave us time to, you know, come up with a plan as to exactly what we need to do. We actually came up with a plan. We call it our Play It Safe and Keep You Healthy plan. It's on our website. So people can go there and take a look and see exactly what we're doing. But yeah, we feel very, very fortunate to be open.
Oh, excellent. And where can people download your app? Is there more information on your website?
Yes, you can go to our website, or you can just go directly to the App Store or the Android market, and it's Carson Valley Golf. That's all you need to search, and it's free. And that's actually one thing that I didn't mention is that in the app as well, our scorecard is in there. So it's kind of another way to, you know, only touch your own things and not somebody else's. So yeah, people have found that helpful too. So
do your scorecards go up to 20 per hole? I'm asking for a friend.
You're asking for a friend. Yes, we do actually have those kind of scorecards.
See, I was going to say, without the pencils, it's great, because I try not to use the pencils because I don't mark my score.
That's perfect. That's just perfect. We need to get you guys down and playing. Maybe some lessons. You need to bring your kids down, Todd.
I know. I definitely need to get down there. Now, also, I'm going to ask the same question. Carts, do you have alcohol cards? Can I get a beer while I'm down there? Because I don't play sports.
It plays better with beer.
Yes, we do. We have lots of beer. And lots of mixed drinks and cans and wine and all sorts of good stuff. Yes, we do. Yeah, and plenty of hot dogs too.
I like hearing that.
Oh, and look, Todd's lesson is about to start.
Right there.
Oh,
Anya, do you know Kevin? Kevin,
yes, I do. Yes.
I'm Anya.
How are you?
I'm doing great. Just
good.
practiced a little in the backyard and came down. I was able to play your wonderful golf course right before you shut down for the 3 weeks earlier.
Oh, thank you.
And yeah, that was fantastic. Me and my son got around down there. It was great to get away, that's for sure.
Good. I like your setup in your backyard.
Yeah, not bad, huh? Get away to pull out some old quilts or old bedspreads and beat the heck out of them, I guess.
Is it better than the real thing?
No, absolutely not.
That was a very quick answer. Well, thank you for joining us, and that app, once again, is just Carson Valley Golf, and it'll show up, and all good there. And thanks for joining us. And
thank you for having me, and please come and see us.
Oh, we'll get down there as soon as we can.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Oh, cut her off. I do that all the time. Sorry, Marty, I didn't mean to cut you off. She was saying things. So, Kevin, man, I was looking at your swing, very similar to mine.
Yes, sir.
It's exactly the opposite.
Good to know. I've seen your swing, and I don't look at mine very much, but I yes. Anyway, no comment.
Yours looks smooth and productive. Mine is kind of like
Charles Barkley.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But without the connection.
Well, I was blessed to start young, so that's helpful.
It is. So, Kevin, you're the general manager at Lake Tahoe Golf Course. You guys are not open just yet, but you guys are ready to go when you get the green light to open up, I'm assuming. All right.
We're going to have to take a little bit of time to have to prep the clubhouse and, do all the X's for social distancing, the 6 feet, all that stuff, and figure out a little bit about how we'll do the payment transactions and so forth. So it'll probably take a few days once they give us the go-ahead. But right now, since Lake Tahoe Golf Course is on California State Parks land, so right now we need the state parks approval to open, which kind of needs the governor's approval to open. So we're just basically in waiting. There's been a letter sent to the commissioner of the state parks, and we're just waiting for her response to say, hey, you can go or not go. And then at that point, I got to get in there and get myself rehired, get my staff rehired. Right now, our superintendent and assistant superintendent have been there. They've been there. The superintendent's been there the whole time, keeping things going. At first, getting snow off the greens, and now the snow's off the greens, fixing the pipes and all that stuff that happens in the springtime with leaky pipes and dead grass that's got to grow again. The greens are phenomenal compared to last year. I mean, last year as anybody who played knows that we had some major challenges with the winter before. Right now, honestly, the golf course is in better shape now than when we closed it last year.
Wow.
So it's going to be beautiful once we do open. And like Corrina said, it's like having the superintendent out there having no golfers. It's their dream.
Those darn golfers.
There's no hackers.
Every superintendent loves, like, we'd have a beautiful golf course if it wasn't for all those darn golfers. Well, now they get it, but now they realize that, oh, wait a minute, they can't pay me if these golfers don't come. So yeah, so hopefully we can get open soon. And last year we didn't open until May 17th, so we're still 10 days away from that.
Yeah.
Which was pretty much one of our latest openings of all time. So we're not too far behind, other than when we do open, I think we will be limited on groups. Not being able to do a lot of groups, not being able to do a lot of tournaments, unfortunately, because we won't have enough carts. We don't have 144 carts for a $144 tournament, so a 144 player tournament. So yeah, so we'll work on all that once I get back, and hopefully within 2 or 3 days of getting back, we can open up and get at least walking. I mean, that's the easy thing. Anybody wants to come walk, we can figure that one out.
Great. Love it.
All right.
So I think you were going to try to give us a little bit of a lesson.
We got time?
Oh, we got time. We got time.
See my setup here? So I got a 17-year-old son who's left-handed, which is why there's a tee on the other side of the mat, too.
Todd, are you paying attention?
A couple trees. Got a couple mats there. Just kind of hit into it so I don't break out my neighbor's window. So as far as a quick little chipping lesson, if you're in your backyard, whether you have real golf balls or you can get this nice little bag right here of wiffle balls. These are fun. Those you don't have to worry about hurting anybody. But in your backyard, chipping-wise, you just get a little wedge and so forth. You can get a little piece of carpet if you don't have a mat. Obviously, a lot of people don't have a mat. But even just an old piece of scrap of carpet, throw it down, that'll be fine too. But for chipping-wise, just get your wedge. You want to have your feet fairly close together. Really concentrate keeping your lower body nice and still. You put your hands forward so they're in front of the ball. Keep your weight a little bit on the left side. Keep the lower body real still and just kind of back and through. Very simple.
It looks so easy.
A big thing with chipping, do not whip your hands at the bottom. Keep your hands above the club face. Don't let the club head get above your hands. That's a big thing with chipping. A lot of people use their wrists a lot, and then you end up doing the whole blade thing or topping. So you just want to keep the wrist nice and firm throughout the entire swing. If you hit it just right, the ball comes back to you. So there we have it. Very simple. But yeah, you can get these little balls too as well. I can hit right back at the camera here. See if I get you, Megan. Oh, gotcha.
That's awesome.
Uh-oh.
Kevin,
right,
I'm taking a lesson from you.
That was amazing. You could have tried that like 100 times. It probably wouldn't have worked, but that worked great.
Exactly. Well, what can you do? This is recorded, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is recorded, and it's live on Facebook, so everybody will know.
Perfect.
So, Kevin, once again, website, social media, how do people find out more?
Yeah, LakeTahoeGC.com. Actually, our Facebook page is a little more up to date typically. So Facebook and just /Lake Tahoe GC. And then if you go on to LakeTahoeGC.com, our website, you can sign up to get in our mailing list, and that's where we'll do a lot of email blasts to say that we're going to open as well. And then a whole list of what the protocols are, just similar to what Edgewood did. I saw on their website they've got the whole list of what they're doing and what Corrina said as well. So yeah, we'll just keep posted that you can go on right now and get an email address, put in there to get your email address and get on a mailing list. And the first thing I'm going to do when I get in, whenever they call me back, is send out an email blast to say what's going on.
Awesome.
Perfect.
Love hearing it.
All right.
So much.
Thanks a lot. Great lesson. And I think I can tell my golf game is already better.
Yeah. Just stay out of the bunkers.
Yeah, I can't promise that.
And no hacking, Todd.
All right, Kevin. Talk to you later.
All right, you two. Thank you so much.
That was so impressive.
I know, he hit the camera. He hit the camera, that little camera up here. That was amazing. I could have tried that 4 million times, and yeah, no.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. But all in all, you can try that chipping mini lesson in your backyard. Get ready for golf season coming up, and then above and beyond that, connect with Edgewood, connect with Carson Valley Golf Course, get some sunshine. We're in the phase of businesses reopening, so this is an exciting time to be able to feel maybe a little bit more back to normal.
Yep. Obviously we want to keep safe, stay healthy and keep that distance up. But, on a golf course, you can definitely do that. And these guys have really set up those protocols so that you can get out and actually be doing something and feel somewhat productive there. Once again, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Get Virtual. Like it, share it, let people know about it. If you have a great story you want to talk about, reach out to us at Reno Tahoe at planmygetaway.com. And we're also always looking for sponsors for the show. We want to keep this show going. So feel free to reach out to us in the same email, renotahoe at planmygetaway.com.
I want to keep making fun of Todd on live, television. So please, I hope you're interested in sponsoring a show and helping support us too. So thanks for watching Get Virtual. Todd, time for you to hit the golf course.
I know, I got him right here.
Go, just go. Go on, just grab them and go. Bye.